State Quarter is one of the most popular series of coins ever released by the United States Mint. Collectors all over the country have been on the hunt for rare and valuable quarters since their debut in 1999. But did you know some of these coins can be worth a small fortune today? In this video, we'll count down the top 4 most valuable state quarter dollar coins that you should look out for in your change. 2018 Voyagers National Park Quarter. The Voyagers National Park Quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters Are program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This series celebrated iconic national parks and sites from each state, U.S. territory, and the District of Columbia. This specific coin, released on June 11, 2018, is the third quarter of that year and the 43rd overall in the series. The park it commemorates, Voyagers National Park, is located in northern Minnesota near the Canadian border. Known for its vast waterways, lush forests, and abundant wildlife, this park is a haven for adventurers and nature lovers. It's named after the French-Canadian fur traders, known as Voyagers, who explored the region in the 18th century. Let's take a closer look at the design details of this beautiful quarter. On the obverse side, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. It's the same iconic design we've seen on U.S. quarters since 1932. However, this version includes a few modern updates to the text and layout to fit the America the Beautiful series. Now, on the reverse side, we have the captivating design by Patricia Morris. It depicts a serene scene of a loon swimming on the lake with a rocky cliff and lush trees in the background, capturing the natural beauty of Voyagers National Park. The inscriptions read Voyagers Minnesota 2018 and E Pluribus Unum. This design beautifully captures the spirit of the park and its connection to water, wildlife, and rugged landscapes. Now let's talk about the different versions of the Voyagers Quarter and how they were minted. Like all quarters in the series, the 2018 Voyagers Quarter was struck at 3 different mints. Philadelphia Mint P, Denver Mint D, San Francisco Mint S. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions of the coin, which are typically highly polished and intended for collectors. Additionally, there are special silver-proof quarters struck in 99.9% silver, making them a valuable addition for those who prefer precious metal coins. Philadelphia P, approximately 163 million. Denver D, approximately 161 million. San Francisco S proof, around 590,000. Silver-proof limited quantities, usually found in special sets. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value of these coins. For the standard circulating versions from Philadelphia and Denver, if you find one in pocket change, its value will typically be face value, just 25 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated coin in pristine condition, it can fetch between $1 to $3 depending on the quality. For collectors, the real value lies in proof coins and coins with a high MS Mint state grade. Coins graded MS67 or higher by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can be worth $25 to $50. Or even more if they're in exceptional condition. Meanwhile, silver-proof versions can be worth around $10 to $20 due to their silver content and collector demand. Coins with flawless surfaces and no visible scratches. Coins graded MS68 or higher, which are quite rare. Error coins, such as those with die cracks, double strikes, or off-center strikes. If you're looking to add the Voyagers Quarter to your collection, here are some quick tips. Look for high-quality coins. Focus on coins with minimal scratches or blemishes. Consider getting your coins graded for higher value, especially if you think you have an MS68 or better. Use protective cases or albums to keep them safe from scratches, moisture, and tarnish. 1976197 Bicentennial Quarter. In 1976, the United States celebrated its 200th birthday, commemorating the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To honor this historic milestone, the U.S. Mint released special bicentennial coins, including the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins. These coins were so beloved that they were struck for 2 years in 1975 and 1976. But here's a little known fact: none of these bicentennial quarters are actually dated 1975. That's right, every bicentennial quarter you find will feature a dual date of 1776 to 1976 instead of a single year. This dual dating was a unique way to celebrate America's 200 years of independence. Unlike the typical Washington quarter design, the bicentennial quarter features a special reverse design by Jack L. H.R. It showcases a colonial drummer standing proudly with a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. This design was chosen through a national competition and remains one of the most distinctive designs in U.S. coin history. The obverse side, however, remains the same classic portrait of George Washington that we've all come to know. The bicentennial quarters were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters were struck for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins and special 40% silver collector's editions. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. Most bicentennial quarters you find in circulation are made of copper nickel clad, and if they show signs of heavy use, are generally worth face value. However, there are certain factors that can make these coins much more valuable to collectors. Uncirculated bicentennial quarters in mint state MS65 or higher can be worth between $5 to $15. The better the condition, the higher the value. If you have a proof quarter from the San Francisco Mint, especially one struck in 40% silver, these can fetch anywhere from $10 to $25 depending on their condition. A pristine, deep cameo proof can be worth even more. Rare errors like double die verses or off-center strikes can fetch much higher prices, sometimes upwards of $100 or more, if certified by a grading company like PCGS or NGC. If you come across a 1976 Bicentennial Quarter, here's what you should look out for. Check for a mint mark to determine where it was minted. Inspect for any doubling on the obverse text or the drummer's drum. If the edge looks slightly different, it could be a 40% silver version. The 1976 Bicentennial Quarter is not just a piece of change, but a symbol of America's enduring spirit. Whether you're collecting for fun or profit, these quarters are a fantastic piece of history to own. So the next time you find one in your pocket, don't just spend it, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than 25 cents. 2002 Ohio State Quarter. The Ohio State Quarter was released on March 11, 2002 as part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Ohio was the 17th state to be commemorated in this series, celebrating its admission into the Union back in 1803. The reverse side of the Ohio Quarter features a fascinating design that reflects the state's rich contributions to aviation and space exploration. You'll see an early 1905 airplane to honor the Wright brothers, who were born in Ohio, and an astronaut, symbolizing the state's link to pioneering figures like John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, who were also Ohio natives. The words "birthplace of aviation pioneers" proudly highlight Ohio's aviation legacy. Now, let's talk about the specifics of this coin. The Ohio 2002 Quarter has a standard composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a total weight of 5.67 grams. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a reeded edge. Interestingly, these quarters were minted at 3 different mints. Keep an eye out for those mint marks, as they can significantly affect the coin's value. All right, let's get into the part that everyone is curious about, the value. While the face value of the Ohio Quarter is, of course, just 25 cents, some of these coins can be worth a lot more depending on their condition, mint mark, and rarity. In circulated condition, an Ohio Quarter from Philadelphia or Denver is generally worth face value unless it has errors or rare characteristics. If you have an uncirculated Ohio Quarter, you could be looking at a value between $1 to $5 depending on its grade. Higher grades like MS65 or MS66 can fetch even more. The San Francisco minted proof versions, especially those with a deep cameo finish, can sell for around $5 to $15, with flawless examples going for even higher. Now, the real gems are error coins. For example, some Ohio Quarters have been found with double die errors, missing or rotated letters, or off-center strikes. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, ranging anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on the rarity of the error. So, how can you tell if your Ohio Quarter is worth more than face value? Here are a few tips. Check the mint mark. Look just above the date on the coin's obverse side. P&D are common, but look for an S for proof versions. Examine the condition. Coins in near perfect condition, known as mint state, are always worth more. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to spot any potential double dies or off-center strikes. A small investment in a coin grading book or professional appraisal can go a long way in determining your coin's real value. 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. Released in 1999, the Connecticut State Quarter was part of the original lineup of the 50 State Quarters program. This series ran from 1999 to 2008, with each state getting its own design to celebrate its unique heritage. But what makes the Connecticut Quarter so special? Let's find out. Connecticut's quarter pays tribute to one of the state's most legendary symbols, the charter oak tree. This historic tree became a symbol of American independence when it was said to have hidden the Connecticut colony's charter during a standoff with British authorities in 1687. The design, crafted by artist T. James Farrell, beautifully captures the sprawling branches of the charter oak, symbolizing strength, resilience, and Connecticut's deep-rooted history. Let's break down some key details of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter. This coin is made of a copper nickel-clad composition, weighs 5.67 grams, and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. It features the standard bust of George Washington on the obverse side, with the state's unique design on the reverse. The Connecticut Quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia P and Denver D mint marks are found on regular circulation coins, while the San Francisco S mint mark is reserved for proof coins, which are made with extra care for collectors. All right, let's talk value. The Connecticut Quarter is widely available, but certain factors can significantly affect its value. For circulation coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, you can typically find them in average condition for just face value 25 cents. However, if you have one in brilliant uncirculated condition, it could be worth around $2 to $5. But here's where it gets interesting. If you've got a coin that has been professionally graded as MS65 or higher, its value can jump to $20 to $30, or even more depending on its condition. The rarest and most valuable are those graded MS68, which can fetch upwards of $100 at auction. And if you're a treasure hunter, keep an eye out for error coins. Some of the most sought after Connecticut quarters include off-center strikes, double die errors, and coins with planchet flaws. These errors can drive prices up significantly, with some selling for $200 to $500 depending on the severity of the mistake. If you're a collector who loves something special, look for the 1999 S-proof quarters. These were minted in San Francisco and were made in two types: the standard clad proof and the silver proof version. Silver proofs made from 90% silver can be worth $8 to $20 depending on their condition.